Hello everyone, it's Henry on the live stream. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I hope everyone can hear me and can see my screen very clearly. If you cannot hear me or cannot see my screen very clearly, please indicate so that I can have that fixed before we commence. So in this live session, we're going to start by looking at the US dollar. And like I said in the previous live stream, I wanted to see price come into this inefficiency, and there you have it. A beautiful drop into that inefficiency, mitigating the inefficiency. So now we're going to be watching to see whether this is going to. Thank you so much for your confirmation. Yeah, the date is correct, 24th of June. So back to the charts. So now, as you can see, price has mitigated that inefficiency. The next thing I'll be watching is whether this is going to act as a support zone to potentially take us to the upside, or whether price is going to drop below it and use it as a resistance zone to continue to the downside. So right now we are at a very crucial area in the marketplace, and as you can see as well, we have this liquidity resting right there. Price took that liquidity, and if we even scale down into the smaller time frame, you can also see that after taking that liquidity, we're seeing this rejection candle right there. So another thing to also put into perspective is the fact that we have this low resistance liquidity resting right here as well. You can see how nicely price came to the downside to take out that low resistance liquidity. So if we're going to continue to the upside on the dollar, this is going to be the major key area for us to continue to the upside and gravitate above these highs, running this buy side liquidity, because right here we still have a low resistance liquidity resting at the highs right here. So you can see that very nicely. So if we go to look at Euro US dollar to see what Euro US dollar is doing. So for Euro US dollar, if we go to daily time frame, on the daily time frame, I'll use a clean chart for this analysis. For Euro US dollar on the daily time frame, as you can see right here, we have an inefficiency. If we go to 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, Euro US dollar, we created a high, created a low, created a lower low, a lower high, a lower low right here, and then we created this high. Now we'll go to 8-hour time frame. On the 8-hour time frame, you can see here we mitigated an inefficiency. After that mitigation, we want to see a 30-minute shift of market structure to the downside, and right here we created a low and then a high, and right here we'll have a break of structure to the downside right here. This was the last down close candles. So if we're gonna go to the downside on Euro US dollar, this is gonna be the key level for us to anticipate a potential rejection. So this is my analysis on Euro. I'm personally not going to sell it. The reason is because my 12-month time frame is bullish, and I'm only interested in buying Euro US dollar. But if I was to look for a sell, it's going to be from this key level, and I'll just wait to see a 5-minute shift of market structure, and then I'll sell it. So what I mean by that is we'll create a high, create a low, higher high, and wait to see a break of structure to the downside. Once I see that, I'm looking for a retest and a sell. So if I was to sell, if I was to look for a sell, this is what I would like to see for me to sell Euro US dollar. But personally, I'm not selling this, and I'm equally not sharing any trade idea for sales on euro. Also take note to have the inefficiency resting right here. Price can also decide to come into that inefficiency before a potential rejection, because if you even look at this key level on the 5 minutes, you can still see very clearly we've not really broken any structure, so price can still come up here and then drop to break that structure, which aligns with the 4-hour inefficiency resting right here. So that is what I'm watching for euro. Personally, like I said, I'm not gonna try to sell it because 12-month time frame is bullish, and how I trade is if the 12-month time frame, 6-month time frame is bullish, I will only buy that pair and I'll only look for areas of liquidity at a discount position to buy. In this case, 12-month time frame is bullish, so all I'm looking for is areas of liquidity for me to buy. And right now, I'm not confident in looking for a buy where we are right now, in as much as we can still continue to the upside from here, but I'm not looking for a buy on this one. And for AUD US dollar as well, you can also see the key level I want to buy from is right here, and we're not there yet. So I'm not looking for a buy right here because we're at a premium position. In as much as I'm looking at it and it's showing me shift the market structure on the smaller time frame, pointing to the downside, that it still wants to go to the downside, and I'm also anticipating to buy from this discount zone, the inefficiency resting right there, right here at the discount zone, daily inefficiency, and also liquidity, low resistance liquidities resting right here. In as much as I'm anticipating for price to come down there, I'm still not going to be looking for a sell. I'll only wait for price to come down, and then I'll look for potential buys to continue higher. So that is my analysis for AUD US dollar, and we're going to also take a look at cryptos as well. They seem to be dropping really so much today, and I'll share my thoughts as well. So for Bitcoin, as you can see, Bitcoin really dropped impulsively to the downside, and I still remain bullish on crypto. I still remain bullish on Bitcoin. Number one, if we go to the 12-month time perspective, we're bullish. Scale down to 6 months, we're bullish. 3-month time frame, so you can see we're consistently creating higher highs and a higher low and a higher high and a higher low, higher high, a higher low. So I'm still anticipating for price to create a higher high and then a potential higher low and a higher high. So until a higher low gets broken, I will continue to look for buys on Bitcoin. So that being said, as you can see, we came to the downside, mitigated this weekly inefficiency. All I would like to see from here would be a 1-hour break of structure to the upside. We'll go to 1-hour time frame to see what it looks like on the 1-hour time frame. And right here on 1-hour time frame, you can see clear as day, we created this significant high right here. We created a significant swing high, swing low. This is our swing high. This is our swing low. And after that, so you can see this was the last down close candle before expansion to break that structure. So we'll go to 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see this was the last down close candle before expansion to take liquidity from that high. Then we saw a retracement, came very close to the key level, didn't mitigate it, expanded. This low right here is liquidity. Anything can happen. Price can potentially want to come back down to run this liquidity and also mitigate this position, because this key level is an extreme discount level. If you use the Fibonacci from this low to this high is our directional bias, where we're anticipating for price to go up to. Right here, low resistance liquidity. You can see the extreme premium. Look how nicely price came to the extreme premium, displaced to the downside, rallied back into the extreme premium, and then went straight down to an extreme discount. So at the extreme discount zone, I'm anticipating for a run on liquidity. Where's the liquidity? This is the liquidity. This low right here is the liquidity. So if I can see price run that liquidity, then I'll be so interested in looking for a potential reversal. 15-minute shift in market structure will be most ideal to the upside. So right there. So right there, I'm still watching it closely. Now we'll go to 15 minutes time frame. You can see price is nicely creating structure, created a lower high, and a lower low. So if I do see price come to the downside, as you can see after creating this lower low, if we do see this lower high and then creating a potential lower low, sending us into that position, the moment I see that, I'll be anticipating to see a reversal, shift in market structure. The moment I see a shift in market structure like this, I'll wait for a retest to buy and then potentially continue to the upside. If I don't see this, I will not trade it. I'll just be on the sidelines. So that is my analysis for Bitcoin and what I'm anticipating to see in the marketplace. The next one we're going to take a look at is Ethereum. We're going to take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum also seems to be dropping so much. And if we look at the chart on Ethereum, I'm anticipating something similar on Ethereum. So for Ethereum, the key level we anticipated to see a rejection from last week. It didn't really work out. Price mitigated this key level. We waited and we saw a 15-minute shift in market structure. We got 10. Saw another 5-minute shift in market structure. Got 10 again, second entry. Eventually, price dropped, wiping the lows. Now, the one thing to take note of is no matter how perfect a trade looks, it can still be invalidated. And we always look out for those invalidation zones. The moment price mitigates our invalidation zone, we just have to collapse the trade and call it a day. So in this case, the moment it invalidated the moment our key level was invalidated, that was why we were like, okay, we're closing this trade and we're going to be on the sidelines. Do another analysis, and the analysis, this low right here, as you can see, this is our newly created low. We expanded to the upside. You can see our overall high, our overall low. Let's say we'll put this right here. You can see very nicely low, high, discount, extreme discount zone. Look what happened at an extreme premium. The moment price came to an extreme premium, we saw a displacement to the downside. Price went to the downside. Now we're anticipating to see whether the market is going to come into this extreme discount zone. You can see so far our extreme discount zone is the blue line. Right here. We came into extreme premium, displaced to the downside. We're very close to the extreme discount zone. So if we can see price, if price can come in there, mitigate it, and we see a 15-minute shift in market structure to the upside, then we'll look for potential buys for this to continue higher. So already we're creating lower highs and a lower low. So we'll just be watching it until we see a significant break to the upside. So that is what I'm watching for cryptos as well. And if you do have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. I appreciate you all for tuning in, and I'll talk to you all next time. Have an amazing day, everyone.